Lit Show. Check this out.
This is the Lit Show.
Here we go again.
Camera action. Right. Good evening, Mieka.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
Good.
It's been a while.
It has.
We have been trying to get this show on the road.
Been a
So
hot minute.
it has been a minute. But everything all right?
All good.
Yeah,
No
all
complaints.
good. No complaints. Yeah. Obviously, we're here today to talk a little bit about Mieka
Yes.
and perhaps get to know Mieka a little bit more. And I can't wait.
I'm excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. As you know, here on the Lit Show, we cover various topics, and I'm really excited to be covering today's topic, which is modeling,
Yay.
which is exactly what you do in
Yep.
your field.
Full-time job.
Full-time job.
Yep.
Wow.
Kind of.
So how did you get into to modeling, Mieka?
Just since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a model
Right.
and grew up watching like the whole era of like Victoria's Secrets and,
Yeah.
you know, the supermodel era. So that was kind of like just what I
Mhm.
knew I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And then, I begged my mom for years, and she was like, when I was 16, you can, we
Yeah.
can start, just
Yeah.
because it's, it's quite a brutal industry. So she just wanted me to have
Mhm.
like thick skin, have
Thick
like
skin,
good head
yeah.
on my shoulders, and,
Mhm.
all that stuff. So
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, obviously, from a young age, was there sort of like anything in particular that inspired you, or that kind of like, made you tick and be like, yeah, this is exactly what I want to do? Was it the TVs or?
I don't actually know, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I just always just felt like going through magazines as like a young girl, I was just
Yeah.
like, I want to be that. I want to be
Mhm.
this, I want to like
Yeah.
be in these magazines, like,
Mhm.
and obviously it's like the whole industry has changed so much in the past like 20 years,
Mhm.
so it's all like digital now, but
Yeah.
I just always knew, really. And
You knew.
it wasn't just like woke up one day and was like, I want to be a model. I just gradually over the years, like I was
Yeah.
just quite a performer of a child, always
Mhm.
like dancing in front of everyone.
Yeah. Did
all
you ever
that
get
stuff.
anyone sort of like commenting, through maybe family events or family and friends events, commenting like, oh, she's going to be a model and stuff like that? Did you ever have, or was that something that was mainly in your head that you knew, oh, actually, this is what it can become?
Well, I think because my dad's actually a professional photographer,
Right.
and he always photographed me as a child. He
Mhm.
always said that I was his muse. So
Right.
he was always taking photos of me when I was young and would show like family and friends, and they knew I wanted to be a model
Right.
from like such a young age. So they were always just like, you're going to be a supermodel one day, like, all this stuff. So
Yeah.
it also like hyped me up in a way,
Mhm.
So I think I was already like
Yeah.
10 years old when I was like, Mom, please. And she just made me wait.
Yeah.
But definitely having that like
Mhm.
family and friends like also talking about it all the time was
All the time.
like,
Yeah.
it's like I just knew.
You just knew.
I just knew,
Yeah. Shout out to the parents. Well spotted. But and how long have you been modeling for? No.
About 6 years now.
Right.
So quite a while.
6 years. Okay,
yeah.
that is quite a while.
But had quite an interesting start just because
Mhm.
I was still quite young,
Right.
and the type of modeling in
Mhm.
Pretoria, like where I was from, was not like, on like the
Right.
London level, New York level, anything like that. So
Right.
bit of a slower like introduction to
Introduction. Ah,
it.
okay.
But
So that was actually
yeah.
going to lead up to my next question,
question.
which is, you mentioned obviously where are you from, and just for those that don't know where Mieka's from, where are you from?
I'm
Mieka?
from sunny South Africa.
Oh wow, sunny South Africa.
Yeah.
You guys heard that.
Weather is way better than London. The UK
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so in South Africa, did you look up to any sort of top models there, or are there any models
Oh, yeah.
from South Africa?
There's been quite a few big models that have come out of South Africa, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you're looking at like the big girls, you're looking at like
Yeah.
Candice Swanepoel and
Right.
Bahati Prinsloo.
Okay.
She's now married to Adam Levine from Maroon
Right,
5.
from Maroon 5,
they've
yeah.
like obviously become really big, but they were kind of my two like inspirations.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you're now going to be added on to that list.
I hope so.
and hopefully, if not already, be an inspiration to many others. Lovely, great. And in terms of obviously modeling career, I mean, I had to do a bit of research because, you know, it's not
It's a whole different world.
my field.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. However, in terms of like modeling, I know that you can do different types of modeling, etc. But what type of modeling do you do, or how would you describe the modeling that you do so that people can really understand?
So there's obviously a wide range. So you're looking at like, you know, runway, beauty,
Yeah.
and then mainly these days it's just e-com. So it's you know,
Yeah.
working in a studio all day with lots of outfits, and it's kind of more for all your social media platforms, you know, or your online shopping really. So
Right.
that's kind of like my biggest market at the moment. But I've kind of dipped my toe into a bit of everything. So
Right.
like, you know, beauty stuff, like your makeup and skincare,
Okay.
and then your runway, so like fashion weeks and
Right.
those types of things. So yeah, there's obviously like so many more
Yeah.
like categories, should I say. But yeah, mainly like at the moment it's just a lot of e-com. It's just
Right.
yeah, all these
Amazing.
online brands and
Yeah.
you know, all these just everything really. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Everything's become
Nice.
so digital.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
keeps me busy.
Keeps you busy. And
Yeah.
speaking of being busy, you mentioned earlier during our chat that you actually do this full time.
Yes.
Right. Wow, that must be hectic.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's it's very like time consuming and
Right.
a lot of waiting around actually, you know.
Okay.
In terms of like you're on option for this job, which could be tomorrow or the next day,
Yeah.
and then you'll only maybe find out like the morning of or the night before. Or,
Oh wow.
so sometimes the deadlines are quite short, so it's like you
Right.
have to be like kind of ready to go whenever.
Okay. So it's almost like a freelancer type
Yeah.
of thing, even though you know you are like in
Yes.
full time
Yeah. So
mode.
in a way,
Yeah.
you like, I want to say self-employed, you're like part-time employed.
Right. Right.
Because sometimes they're like, okay, like you're gonna just go to Paris or go to Spain tomorrow, and then you're like,
Wow.
okay,
Wow.
like, right then.
Well, I think
You know?
I'm in the wrong job. I want I want to be able to just jet off to Spain anytime, you know, especially now coming into the winter.
Yeah.
And then in terms of, you know, you mentioned you can just get called up for a job at any time, and you obviously travel a lot. How many countries have you traveled to for work?
Only about 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So not too many. But you know, modeling is also very seasonal. So
Right,
like
right.
you'll go to Spain during like summertime or Paris during wintertime, depending like, you know.
And how was that experience?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Your
it's,
first time traveling,
For work.
you know, for work. What was going through your head
It's
at the time?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's also like makes you kind of, I want to say, grow up a bit quicker. You know, you're going to airports by yourself and
Yeah.
going through all that process. And I cannot stand airports, but I'm like so used to the whole process now. But it's interesting. Also, like when you're traveling for work and you're going to like your agency in another country, you're generally staying in a model house with
Right.
10 other people,
Right.
and you know, then you've got like 1 or 2 bathrooms to share, and everyone's got like different schedules. So it's like, you know, trying to coordinate that. But it's an experience. I'm glad I've done it, but I'm like kind of at the point now where I'm like, you know, I'll just maybe go stay somewhere else, get like, you know, have my own space.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not easy sharing with, you know, so many girls all the time.
so many top models out there.
Much.
Yeah. Understood. So in terms of obviously doing this full-time, modeling full-time, and then you said there are times where, you know, you're having to wait around, and what do you do during that time when you're waiting around?
I just try like catch up on everything, like let's say at home, like all the admin things. I try gym every day, and do like yoga in the morning, so just kind of have like a bit of a day to myself. And then also just I started my own jewelry business at the beginning of the year, so that's been keeping me busy. And I'm also studying like a Google SEO course, so there's just I'm just trying to like balance all of that on like a day off. But just I can't not do anything.
So you've always got to be on the go.
Not always. Like some days I'm just like, I'm not doing anything, but like most of the time it's like, you know,
you're active.
Just like keep myself busy with like important things, and also like creating content for TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. It takes time, you know.
Okay. I can imagine. Of course, I can imagine. And it's interesting because we only see, obviously, the sort of the outcome or the result once, you know, models and all the other social media sort of creators as well post. But in terms of the process, it's interesting to hear, you know, what you're up to and how you're trying to develop yourself in that aspect. Are there any brands that you perhaps haven't worked with and that would like to?
I mean, that like the list goes on. It really does. Like I like, you know, want to do like such a wide range of everything, like runway, doing like runway stuff. So like all the big name brands for like Fashion Week, like a whole bunch of swimwear brands that like I want to work with. And there's so many, like I couldn't even name them, but like, you know, there's a time and place for everything. So it'll
and
get
do
there.
you in your, you know, in your head, do you tend to have like targets for yourself in terms of, you know, I want to work with this company by next year, 2024, for example? Or is it more based on the amount of work and projects you're getting done that maybe eventually will get you to where you need to get, or where you're trying to get?
I've got goals. But at the end of the day, as a model, it's not always up to me. You know, I've got my agency and my agency here and like my agency there, and they've got their connections. But sometimes like they won't know, like let's say, you know, Vogue, for example, like they won't know anyone in Vogue. So it's a hard like connection to establish. You know, so I don't think timelines are really productive in that sense, because it's not just me. My agency is like with me.
With you, so you've got a whole team behind you that you're relying on.
But like I'll tell them, I'm like, I see this brand and I'm like, you know, I really want to work with them, or like this photographer, like can we try push it? And they will try, like they'll reach out to them. But like with your big brands, it's hard to form a connection. Or like to meet them, you know. So just got to trust the timing of it, I guess.
So I'm guessing the Lit podcast / show is obviously a big brand. Just so you guys know, because it took us a while to organize things, this. You know. But
schedules.
But you know, I'm gonna take care of that with my assistant. Just kidding. But so generally speaking, modeling is you know, it's obviously a unique career as well, but as you said, it can be sort of like quite challenging as well. But at what stage, and then again, this is just on average or speaking in general, at what stage do you start to see, financial stability, if I was to put it like that? Or does it depend on the amount of projects you're doing or how active you are?
I guess it just depends on the person. Like I've had friends like first jobs were like insane.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't have such a big start. Like my growth has kind of been a bit more like gradual because I started so young. But at the time, like getting your first paycheck is like so exciting.
So
exciting. And you just go spend all of it. But it just also like comparing the pay like in London compared to like the pay in South Africa. So because of the currency exchange, like you get paid a lot more in this country. Standard of living is higher and all that stuff. So you definitely get paid more here. Maybe the work's not as regular, but it kind of makes up for it. But some jobs pay really well, some jobs don't. It just depends on the client and how much money the brand has to spend on the talent,
Right, I'm with you. Interesting. And do you remember your first check?
I do.
Yeah. Do you remember what you spent it on?
Clothes.
Yeah. So the whole wardrobe just the whole drip updated or upgraded itself
kind
with
of
the first paycheck.
It was a lot at my age, so I was obviously just like telling all my girlfriends, I was like, let's go shopping. As girls do,
as you would.
And then I think I went shopping with my friends and my mom, and we just had a little bit of a splurge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I can imagine.
For lunch and drinks and everything.
And just like, it's on me. Yeah. You smell like money. I know people can't tell on camera, but you actually do smell like money.
Do I? Good perfume.
Good perfume, I can definitely tell you smell like money.
Thank you, I'll take that.
I don't know what being broke smells like. Probably like me or one of my friends or something,
I don't
but
think so. No.
you smell expensive, which is good.
Thank you.
How would you describe Mieka, the model, and Mieka outside of that? What your friends and family would perhaps know? How would you describe?
It's a very interesting question.
This one's for you fans, for your fan base.
I'm a very open book person. I don't hide who I am at all, and I think that's come through modeling because I used to be quite a shy person.
Well,
not shy, I was just more introverted, and I had to just kind of become more of an extrovert through work, because you're meeting so many people, and you want to be able to have people remember you and make connections with people. It's all networking at the end of the day,
of course.
But as I'm working, I keep it fun but professional at the same time. I don't take life too seriously in general, so I'm there to do a job and deliver what you want in a good amount of time. But to still have fun while doing it. Just me in general, it's just I'm just a very chill person.
Ah, nice. So it doesn't really run away too much in terms of Mieka the model and outside of that. Okay.
I'm just doing what I need to do for work. And enjoying it because I love what I do. I love my job. And I feel really blessed about that because not a lot of people can say that they are living their dream. So I feel grateful for that,
I understand. I know it might be a bit hard to imagine, but if you weren't a model, what would you have been, do you think? Or what could you have been?
I think I still would have done something in the fashion industry. Whether it be makeup, hairstyling, clothing styling, even like social media,
Yeah.
you know, going down the social media route, like I would have done something in the industry because
Yeah.
I'm just so drawn to it, you
To
know,
it.
with
Yeah.
like with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't actually know. I also have studied digital marketing, so I would have
Right.
gone down probably like
That
one of
route.
those routes.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. How many pair of shoes do you own?
That's the next question.
Yeah.
Actually, not too many.
Not too many? Yeah.
Maybe including like gym trainers,
Yeah.
heels for work, probably about 7-8 pairs.
7-8
Yeah,
pairs.
live a
Yeah. Are they all worth
simplistic
like
lifestyle.
10K each?
No.
Handbags.
Oof.
No, that's a different ball game
I've
there,
got
is
2
it?
boxes
2 boxes.
of old handbags, and then maybe.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gents, 2 boxes. Two, but yeah.
But I think like on a, you know, weekly basis, I'll maybe use like my top 5,
Right.
6.
And
Kidding.
it goes on.
No, it's like 5,
Yeah.
5, 6. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, handbags are
Yeah.
elite.
Oh, elite, yeah. And obviously being a model, most of us would expect that on there. And what are some of the challenges that you have faced so far in your career? And how did you overcome them?
When I first moved over here, I struggled a little bit with just being quite lonely. You know, I
Right.
was alone for like a good 6 months.
Right.
So I struggled a bit with that.
Mm-hmm.
And also just because like everybody was still back in South Africa. So
Right.
I knew that they were all coming over, but it was kind of just like I was alone for quite a while. So I definitely
Right.
struggled with that.
Okay.
You know, I've definitely had moments of like questioning whether I'm doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a brutal industry, and it's like
Yeah.
you've got to look a certain way,
Yeah.
you know, to work.
To work.
So
yeah.
like I don't want to say I've struggled with like body image, but definitely like the body dysmorphia, you know, like
Right.
you know, not seeing myself for who I am.
For who
Does that
you
make
are.
sense? Yeah. So
Yeah.
but I must say like those are all kind of things that I dealt with like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like when I moved over here.
Right.
So like looking back now, I'm like really glad that I experienced those things
Mm-hmm.
because it makes you stronger and you grow as a person.
Yeah.
And now like you can look back and say, you know, like I've felt this way before,
Yeah.
but it's like, you know, I was
It's
strong enough to
nothing
get
new.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Understood. And speaking of, you know, perhaps bad phases or a bad day, how do you sort of deal with a day like that, for example, or a bad phase that you might be going through, but then you still need to turn up to the shoot and a lot of the times you've got to be there smiling,
You always have to have
regardless
energy,
regardless of, you know, any personal issues that you might be going through or just a bad day in general. How do you overcome that? How do you prepare for that?
I don't know. I just
turn up.
deal with it. Yeah. You know, and like I said earlier, like I don't take life too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we should, because we all put so much unnecessary stress on ourselves
Right.
from overthinking things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in my opinion, if I ever do feel like that, I just have to trust that like the next day will be better.
Yeah.
And like can't escape the day. So I got to deal with it and just do the best I can.
Yeah.
And, you know, after like a couple of hours, then I'm feeling better, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, being a woman with hormones is not easy.
Yeah. And we talked about off record in terms of like music and stuff. But just for the fans, what would we find in Mieka's playlist? If you want to name one or two of you.
Well, you would find about 10,000 songs. I shit you not.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just everything. Like I'm a techno baby, so techno is like always first.
So is there, yeah?
Yeah, but I honestly listen to everything, like, you know, rap, hip hop, throwbacks,
Yeah.
like, you know, Burna Boy, all
Burna
that stuff.
Boy.
Love Burna Boy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Bob Marley. I was
Bob
telling
Marley.
you earlier.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just love reggae. It's just such good vibes.
Yeah.
And
So you're
yeah.
into a bit of everything, pretty much.
Honestly, like everything from like jazz to like
Jazz.
yoga music. Like
Wow.
it just depends on what I need.
What you need and
what
your
I'm
mood.
feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
just depends on the day.
Interesting. Interesting. There you go. This is very, very good for the fans to perhaps get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, you know, I always see those TikToks of like people walking around London, like, what are you listening to? And they're like,
Actually, we've got something that we're currently working on for Lit as well.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like in that same path.
Oh, I love that.
So watch out for that as well. Now, working in the modeling industry obviously gets you a lot of attention for the right and the wrong reasons as well. Have you ever had a company or someone, no names, who perhaps tried to take advantage of the fact that they were in a position of power to try and bribe you with gifts or even try and hook up with you in exchange of an opportunity to further your career?
I have actually never experienced that before.
Yeah.
I think that was also like one of my dad's biggest fears going into modeling was, you know, men wanting to, you know, push the boundary a bit, right? So I was just raised with a very strong head of like, that's obviously not right, you know?
Right.
So I've never had any like anything like that happen.
Issues like that, yeah.
But there's definitely been times of like, you know, brands kind of being like, you know, we can actually maybe give you some merchandise or like some products or whatever, and like then we don't have to pay you. Right. And then I'm like, no,
hold on a minute.
I'm fine.
Hold on a minute.
But when I say that that's happened, I mean like probably like once or twice.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah,
but
most
rarely
brands are kind of like on top of, you know,
of everything,
because it's word of mouth in this industry, you know.
Right.
So it's kind of like everyone will know eventually.
Yeah.
So I don't think brands nowadays try push their luck too much. But you know, when I was starting modeling, my dad was always just like, he would come with me to every shoot. One of my parents would always be there at a shoot when I was like young,
and look after
just to make sure that, you know,
everything's
fine. And also, you know, all the like rumors, you know, of like, or I guess it's true of like the supermodel era, like with all the drugs,
right?
You know, I think my parents are also really scared of that,
right?
But that's literally like, it's not like that anymore,
right?
You know?
So it's different to
it's so
perhaps
different
what
now.
It used to be.
Exactly. So I think like, you know, people pushing the boundary, wanting favors, let's say that. I don't think. Well, it's never happened to me. I don't want to say I don't think it's happening because it might be, but
of course,
never to me personally.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, again, speaking of attention, you again that comes natural with your career, and you know, and you use platforms like, you know, and social medias, etc., to promote your work.
Yeah.
One of which is Instagram, which I've seen you've got a nice, let's say, a nice number of followers on there. Do you get, or have you ever received any weird DMs or just people sliding in your DMs in general because you're a model and obviously you're attractive? Do you get any of that?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
It is, it's just really entertaining. You know?
Right.
I mean,
do you ever? I mean, do you actually tend to read most of them?
I do,
and just see what, you know, what does this person want? I'm guessing.
I do. I really do. I find it very entertaining. but also like
Yeah.
unsolicited dick pics just
Oh,
all the time.
like that.
It's
Wow.
just straight up like,
Wow.
hey.
Oh my God.
I know.
And
It's crazy. It's crazy out there.
and how would you
People
how
are
would you deal
wild.
with that? I didn't know it was to that extent. Like
If that happens, I just block them straight
you
away.
just block them straight away.
Yeah.
And these are like, you know, like official Instagrams of
think so,
people.
yeah.
Like it's not like one of those made up ones where they're using that to kind of get
But
to.
sometimes it does seem like that.
Right,
You know, there'll be
right.
like a
Yeah.
dad with his children, like
Yeah.
on his Instagram page, and then he's got, we've got like 100 followers.
Wow.
And then I get this, and I'm like, okay.
So those dads are sending dick pics.
I don't know if it's legit. I don't know if it's legit, but it could
Yeah.
be somebody else that's
Somebody
like
else.
using him
Yeah.
as like a profile.
Of course.
But still, I just.
Or it could be
it's
them, but
wild.
you kind of get those. What's like the weirdest one you can remember? Was that where someone sent a pic or said something or
Definitely
not sent
just
you?
the pics, yeah.
Yeah. So you're just there on your Instagram, you know, you get a a DM, a random DM, and you're like, oh,
I'm a
how do you
very
react?
curious person by nature.
Yeah.
So if somebody sends me a photo, I have to look.
You have to
I
see.
can't physically,
Yeah.
I don't have the strength in me to not,
Yeah.
to just be like, I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm a
So
curious
you're-
person. I need to know.
yeah.
But
Do you ever like, so you receive a picture based on your past experience, do you ever think like, shit, I don't know this person, I hope it's not a dick pic? Or like, or do you just tend to see what it might be regardless?
yeah, I just want to know what
Yeah.
it is. Like, because, you know, it doesn't just show you the photo immediately. Like, it says photo,
And
then you have to go in and see what it is.
what it is.
But what if it's like, I'm
Something-
somebody taking like a photo of me, or like, you
Yeah.
know, something cool.
Something
so you never
cool
know.
or important as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah,
So you never know.
yeah.
But unfortunately,
These
it's
are the
just always
things
been dick pics.
you have to.
But it's then I'm just like, okay,
And I guess
Blah.
they'll probably be watching this as well at some point. So
maybe. Shut up.
they know who you are. But yeah. So, and speaking of those things, you know, how does that impact your relationship with partner, family? You know, when they're like, you know, if you're chilling with your partner, for example, and, you know, just checking out the DM and, you know, and all of a sudden you're holding your phone with a dick pic in there. It's like, whoa, where did that come from?
No,
How
he
did you do-
knows.
So he
yeah,
knows.
he knows. It's
Right.
we just laugh.
Right.
It's just
That's interesting.
men are special creatures. Really, you guys like outdo yourselves. Like,
Yeah.
it's very entertaining. We know. We just laugh.
Yeah,
we just
laugh.
laugh. At it,
Well,
yeah.
it's kind of cool that you can kind of laugh about it because obviously,
Nothing to hide, yeah.
with your profession or your career, it's maybe easier to understand. But you know, in any other sort of what I would call like any other career or just people in general, your partner
that's
has a picture, you know, of a dick in there.
You know
on
what's
their
crazy
phone.
is he gets nudes too.
He gets it as
Yeah.
well. Wow. Is that like from the rugby club?
No,
Or-
that's just girls like sending videos of their titties and
Damn.
just everything. So
Damn,
he's
that's
living his
crazy.
best life.
That's crazy. So again, he understands that
Yeah.
because
What
he
can
also
we do?
yeah. Wow.
It is what it is.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's,
Insane.
just straight up
I know
entertainment,
recently
you know?
there was this thing of, you know, people sending pictures on Instagram as well and crazy requests and all that, but you know, I never bought into those, but some of my friends they are a little bit more
Oh,
curious.
yeah.
Yeah, because I just think like if there is no or there has been no interaction, I'm suspecting already. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
It's
Like, I
crazy.
don't even, like, I haven't interacted with you. I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, what do you mean? Unless they hit me up with, like, you know, the vibes, then
Yes.
I'm like, it's somebody I know.
Yeah.
But
that's
then
watching.
somebody I know probably wouldn't send those things anyways. But yeah, so
Also, like, you know, humans are curious, you know?
yeah, it's true.
I mean,
It's true.
yeah.
I mean, you are receiving, so you're well in your right to see, like,
I mean, let's
what
say
you're-
it's like I was in on a billboard or like in a shop somewhere, and somebody takes a photo and sends it to me,
and sends it to you, like, oh, I
okay.
recognize you.
Yeah,
that's you up there.
But
No, right.
but
On
also
that.
just like the crazy requests of like, hey baby, here's 30,000
right.
pounds a week, send me photos of your feet or whatever.
That's actually
or
a thing.
come to Dubai with me.
Wow.
All these things. Let me treat you to like luxury for the rest of your life. I'm like,
wow.
Okay, thanks. I can do that for myself.
Like I've always, it's interesting you say that because obviously, this sort of thing pops up a lot in our conversations and stuff. And I didn't actually know that this was a real thing. So they actually offer you like 30,000, those kind of ridiculous money in exchange of pictures and stuff like that.
I suppose it's kind of like OnlyFans in a way.
OnlyFans,
I don't know if it's legit. I've never
Right. Yeah, you never actually
I'm not
gone.
like, hey.
You're not that curious. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if it could just be like a random guy saying that. But
but it wouldn't change anything regardless. Yeah.
But
Speaking of
it's
OnlyFans, I did a live on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw it on the lit page. That was kind of interesting. I've got plans to actually interview
really?
or have someone on the show from OnlyFans. So that will be interesting as well to go through that again. Perhaps they probably get requests like this.
Yeah, all the
or
time.
Like these all the time.
I mean, Cole's actually told me multiple times to just go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like, get the 30,000.
Yeah. He's
Then
like,
split
go
it.
for it, babe. Okay.
Do you know what? That's a conversation that pops up amongst men all the time. You know, if there's, I'm not going to go into full details, but where there's money involved, there's people that are asking, would you let your missus do this? Would you be okay with 5.5 mil or whatever? And it's interesting because you get really like people that you wouldn't expect to have the answers that they do having that, but there's like, something about it that's like, I'll let her do it. I'll call her up now. Like, look, babe, you gotta, you gotta take the bag. You gotta secure the bag. Like,
I mean, it depends, right?
Yeah.
But it's also such a big thing now in the modeling industry because so many girls are doing it,
right? And
they're coining it.
Yeah.
I got offered from Playboy themselves for them to make like an OnlyFans page for me.
Wow. Through
Playboy.
Right.
And like they were even saying like we'll pay you like extra, like an actual like salary, I'd say. And I just said to Cole, I was like, I don't want to do it. Yeah.
But I guess it's more of like a moral thing. Because I mean, with these things, there isn't a thing of right or wrong. It's more about what you feel comfortable doing, and it's personal. And whatever you do with your life, it's that's kind of like my take on it. Whatever you do with your life, but of course, not everyone views that way. But I guess if people each of their own, and if they have a different perspective from that, I mean, same goes with what we were just talking about now with OnlyFans, like. Some people see OnlyFans as like, it's a big thing. Some people's like, no, I'm making the bag. I'm traveling. Like the girl I interviewed, she was like, I'm traveling. I'm here on holiday and etc. So fair enough.
The only thing for me is just that like my dad's friends are savages.
Right.
And I would personally die on the inside if any of them had to like see me in that way.
Yeah.
Like I would physically, like I would die for my dad. So for me, no. I know that all my dad's friends are on social media and they like already follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Which is fine.
It's crazy but, you mentioned that.
Don't want to take that to like another level.
Another
just,
level.
Like, so weird.
Of course. I mean, speaking of one of these like interviews thing, I recently saw something on Instagram where this guy was going around asking, what is the craziest thing you've ever done or something? And one of these girls mentioned something like that with her dad's best friend. And I was just like, Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But, you know, again, each of
Yeah.
their own, and obviously creates good content and, and stuff like that. So what can we expect from Mieka in the next, or within the next 6 to 12 months? Any projects, anything in the pipeline
That's a good
that we
question.
know? Yeah,
I don't
without
know.
giving too much away. But, you know, are you working on something?
I'm always working on something, but gradually.
Right.
You know, there's no rush.
No rush.
But
Yeah.
like in terms of modeling,
Yeah.
I might be traveling to Mexico
Mexico.
next year.
Ah,
Visa depending.
right.
Visas are like the story of my life. But yeah, maybe just a bit more traveling next year.
Okay, nice.
Now that I have a visa.
Yeah.
So probably just that.
Nice. Have you brushed up on your Spanish?
No.
No? Can you say anything
Hola.
in Spanish? Is that it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias. Good. You had the good accent there as well.
Thank you.
You'll survive. You'll survive up there. So good.
Just smile and wave.
Okay. So, would you, or do you have any advice for, you know, anyone, this includes, you know, females and males, anyone that's trying to get into the modeling industry but are not quite there yet, or are perhaps thinking about it? Do you have any advice or top tips for them in order to kind of give them that push?
I actually get asked this so often.
Really?
On DM, like people just messaging me like, how do I start modeling?
Right.
You know, like, please help me, like become a model, like all this stuff, right? So
here's my CV.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could have done that when I started modeling, but I don't know. I just always say like, just start, because the sooner you start, the better. And it takes time to really get comfortable in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And to kind of have it like a second nature. But like, you know, spending time, like it sounds so vain, but spending time in the mirror is probably like the biggest thing, you know, getting comfortable with yourself, how you look, good angles, bad angles, literally everything, like just becoming so comfortable with who you are, so that a camera is kind of like, it doesn't even faze you.
Yeah.
Just that. And then in terms of like actually working, like just always being respectful, punctual, like, you know, having manners and like small things, you know, offering to help. You know, don't be too big for your boots. Like everybody thinks they're the shit. Yeah. But you know, I always just believe in like being humble and staying humble. Like, you know, and just treating people with respect. Especially in the modeling industry. Like, you know, you don't want to hear the story of like a girl or guy being like full of shit. You know, that's it spreads. Yeah. And then people be like, oh, I've heard of you before.
I've heard of you before, you know,
that
you're that
you don't
bitch
want that. You know, but I mean, sometimes shit happens.
Of course.
You know, sometimes clients are rude and they say like rude and abusive things, which then I'd say, like, in all fairness, you know, just don't take that shit. Yeah. You know, they should respect us as the model
as the models too,
So respect goes both ways, obviously, but it's just, when you're starting out, you know, just to stay just calm, humble, and just be present.
Ladies and gents, there you have it. You heard it here first. Now we're coming to the end of the show.
Oh no.
Got a little bit of a game for you.
I know.
Yeah. It's not that bad. It's just a questions game. Okay. And you've got kind of like to choose one on there. So start with the easy ones. I feel like I could just make it up as I go, but
okay.
Start with the easy one. Romantic dinner or Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill.
That was quick.
Every day of the week.
That was quick. Yeah. Shopping or traveling?
Traveling.
Traveling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Why traveling?
Just you can shop anywhere in the world, but
You can't
know.
travel anywhere in the
no,
world.
you can travel anywhere in the world, but you get like a whole different experience, and like I
Right.
love different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whole process of like the excitement of traveling and
Yeah.
going different places and just seeing the world.
Seeing the world. Yeah.
And
Which
then
is what
shopping while you're there.
while you're there. Makes sense. Smart.
Best of both worlds.
Smart. Cara Delevingne
Mm-hmm.
or Naomi Campbell?
Naomi.
Naomi Campbell. Oh, that answer came
She's
quick.
the queen.
Oh, wow.
The OG.
Shout out to Naomi. You know the vibes. Is that someone you've looked up to as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
She's just,
Yeah.
I mean, she's Naomi.
She's
Let's
Naomi.
be real.
Yeah.
She's the queen.
I understand. Now this one, hypothetically speaking. So, a house is on fire.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know what you're thinking, but it's not what you're thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought about this one.
Okay.
A house is on fire,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got Thomas in the house and Daniel in the house.
Yes.
Who are you saving? Now, there's a clear reason why I didn't include Carl in this. Who are you saving? You can only save one person.
It'll have to be Daniel.
You'd save
He's
Daniel.
literally like a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you save
He's a
Daniel.
brother.
There we go. Daniel, you're saved.
And Thomas is like
Yeah.
Snoopy's
Yeah.
godfather.
He's like the
So he's also
godfather.
like family. but-
Yeah. Got you. But Daniel's like the baby brother.
Baby brother.
If you're watching this, Dan. Yeah. Do you brush your teeth before breakfast or after breakfast when you wake up?
Before, because I don't eat breakfast.
Oh, you don't have breakfast?
No,
Oh, wow.
I kind of just do like a bit of an intermittent fast most mornings.
Right.
Just intuitive eating.
Okay.
I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna.
Is that something like all models do?
I don't know about all models, but just for what works for my body. Like I'm a
Mhm.
big foodie.
Yeah.
I love food.
Right.
Any food. So I need to just, like if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat.
Right.
Most mornings I'm generally fine. Some days I eat earlier than others, but I don't like restrict myself. I just
Yeah.
have like 2, 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee in the morning. And then we generally go gym like midday, and then
Right.
we'll generally like eat after that. So
Right.
like 1,
Yeah.
2, but then by then I'm like, okay, like
Like-
hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'd always brush my teeth before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was a little bit stuck with this one because I was like, do I go football or change it? But I'm going to ask you both anyways.
Okay.
Football or rugby?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure if Carl's going to be too happy about that one. Does he
Why?
prefer football as
No,
well?
he loves football.
He loves it.
Man City.
Oh, Man City.
Haaland's
Oh,
my
yeah,
boy.
it's true.
Yeah.
It is true. He turned up with a Man City top
Yeah.
at the match. Ah, makes sense. I thought he was more of a rugby guy.
No, he plays
So
rugby,
it's like-
but he plays footy too.
Yeah.
He plays both, yeah.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Oh, damn. I think I'm going to turn the camera.
I've had this argument so many times.
Why Messi?
I don't know, just they both so good.
Yeah,
They both so good, and let's be real, Ronaldo is.
yeah,
But
But
Messi's
Messi-
skills are just on another level.
yeah.
Do you disagree?
Don't put me on the spot like that. No, I'm a big Ronaldo fan,
Are
but I
you?
think everyone's is
I
aware.
used to be more of a Ronaldo fan.
Everyone's aware of Messi's ability
Yeah.
and craziness when it comes to football. But personally,
They're both amazing.
personally, my style is more Ronaldo. But I play football, so I can't deny the fact that Messi is Messi, and
Exactly. Ronaldo's Ronaldo.
that's it. Ronaldo's Ronaldo. I was gonna do the Sue, but I'm not gonna do that because that's just way too embarrassing for someone at my
Please do it
age.
just anyways.
Sorry?
Yeah, come on.
I wasn't going to do it until you said, "See!" But yeah. Ronaldo, tens que me pagar por isso. I just basically said he's got to pay me for that. You know, sometimes I'll be talking
patented.
to Ronaldo, my boy Ronnie, as I call him. But yeah, bath or shower?
Shower.
Shower.
Yeah, have a cold
Why?
shower every day.
Why bath or shower? Shower over bath? Why?
It takes a third of the time.
Yeah, so it's quicker.
Yeah. And I do love a good bath.
Yeah.
But generally just shower is just more convenient.
Right.
It's still amazing.
Right.
And yeah, Carl and I also, we do cold showers every morning. So it's a
cold showers.
Big wake up, like, you know.
Yeah.
We're
Have
tired.
you heard that Beyonce song, Drunken Love, where she talks about cold showers?
Does she?
Have you actually looked at the meaning of cold showers or
No?
cigars on ice and that kind of stuff?
What does that mean?
You got to do your research.
Okay. Got homework.
Yeah, so when you said me and Carl have a cold shower, like that kind of reminded me of the Beyonce.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go look at the meaning of those lyrics now.
there. And then last question. What do you like the most about Carl?
Personality, smile, just everything.
Just everything.
Just perfect.
Yeah. Carl, notice how I asked one question and she was literally answering like
everything
on there.
It's the best.
Well, Mieka, it's been a pleasure to have you here. I'm sure this is the first time, but certainly not the last time.
Definitely not.
And I'm pretty sure we will do another chat in the near future. But thank you.
Thank you
for your time. Appreciate it.
Of course.
You know the vibes. There you go.
We know the vibes.
Lit show.
You know the vibes. You know the vibes. This is the Lit Show.